Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. It's a beautiful sunny morning here in Toronto, and I wanted to come on and share a reading to help support the divine masculines. I've been getting a lot of visions, channelings, messages that I think will help push the masculine collective along their path, because I feel a lot of their energy is very stuck. Many of them are obsessing over their divine feminines because I feel like they are watching her, and what they're feeling like is that she is moving forward. To them, it feels like they're letting go. And she is doing this in a sense, masculine, because it's part of the self-care process. It's a part of surrendering. It's a part of finding your own self-worth and self-love. And that's a little bit about what I wanted to share with you guys today, because I feel the energies of you guys watching your feminines very closely. But the reason you're not approaching is because your vitality is gone, okay? It feels very stagnant. It feels very dull. And I wanted to help you guys out with that a little bit. There's a lot of you hopping onto the channel, and you guys are in the comment sections. And I just want to thank you for that, because it helps to validate a lot of what we're going through as the divine feminines as well. And believe it or not, like, we are on your side. We're here to support you. And I know that it feels really weird and scary to have someone love you in such a deep way, despite your flaws, despite what you've been taught about love. You know, you have to have a certain mask on and be a certain way in order to have that unconditional love. You know, just like you're feeling that love for your divine feminine and you see her as, you know, this queen, she also sees you as a king. And, you know, speaking of queens and kings, my beautiful mom and my sister, they actually gifted me the cat tarot. And interestingly enough, female cats are called queens and males are called kings. So the messages in here are really hella cute, guys. Like, the cards are ridiculously funny. I'm going to pull a random one, and it's going to help us tie in the messages in terms of like guidance for the masculines, because I've been getting a lot of messages around self-care. Okay, so let's pull a random card first, just so I could show off how adorable this card is, or this deck, sorry. All right, so we have the Ten of Swords here, and as you can see, he's kind of like turned upside down a little bit, and I guess that makes sense in terms of the swords energy, because I feel like a lot of you need to self-care because you are trapped in your thoughts a little bit, especially when you're obsessing and worrying about the connection, worrying what the feminine's doing, where she is. All of a sudden, she seems like a completely different person. She seems unattainable for some reason. And it's really like testing your ability to bring your own vibration back up, okay? You know, the 10 is about completion, okay? We're going to start changing these thoughts. The cycle of you feeling a little less confident, not sexy, your vitality again is just stagnant. Like, that's the completion of that energy. Now it is time to remember who you are, divine masculines. And just like the feminine has gone on this journey of self-care, you guys are mirrors. And so this energy is being mirrored back to you. Now, some of the messages that I've been getting for the masculines is, you know, you guys have to put more emphasis and care into your bodies, into your appearance and things like that. Ever since you stepped onto this journey, I'm going to say within the last few months, a lot of you have gone into this obsession over her, okay? And you feel in a little sense that it's like sucked the essence out of you, the masculinity out of you. And it's not a good feeling. And many of the feminines have gone through this process as well. And inevitably on the journey, you do come to the part of, you know, the path that you have to focus on self first. When you first meet your twin flame, this concept seems impossible. You're like, why the hell would I focus on myself? I just need to focus on this person. I want to know them. I want to get to see them. And it's like you lose all sight of yourself. And that all happens for a purpose, because it's to awaken you to the love that you feel. It's you feel like it's unlike anything else, because that's your soul's way of saying that's your person. That's the person that you're meant to come here and find. And in whatever way your dynamics are set up, you're meant to grow and learn together. So the part of the journey that the masculines are on now is looking at your body, self-care, feeling good and sexual again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some messages that have been coming up for me to let you know, masculines. Okay, so there's many of you out there who you need to hear that you are loved and that you're sexy and that you're manly. And some of you are forgetting that feeling because you're letting go of yourselves a little bit. The image I get is like you guys are going out in like sweatpants, hoodies, you're not shaving, you're, delaying your haircuts. It just kind of seems like you're just like, oh, whatever, what's the point kind of feeling, right? But the whole point is to value and love yourself enough to get yourself that momentum going again, where you can feel that confidence to approach your feminine, or even believe that the level of love that you're feeling, she's feeling also. Because when you start losing sight of that, you'll let yourself go. So what I want you guys to do, or the messages that I've been getting, is do a little bit of decluttering in your closet. Get rid of boxers that have holes in them, even socks, and socks that are like dirty and tattered and stuff like that. No more. Okay, the 10 energy is all about the ending of those cycles. Okay, you're coming to a beautiful completion here. Okay, with our gorgeous tomcat here trying to guide you. And I want you guys to pay attention to the clothes that you're wearing. I'm not saying get rid of your hoodies and sweatpants and stuff like that, because I know like on down days, I even enjoy being in my sweats. But what I'm saying is when you're ready to leave the house and go out, make sure that you're dressing in clothes that fit you, that make you feel good, that make you feel very masculine and manly. Wear cologne, because it's a big thing. Like scent is, a huge part of feeling very high caliber about yourself. Okay, like when you can kind of like move around and smell yourself and it smells good, other people are feeling that way as well. Okay, so use the senses in order to help yourself feel good when you're out, because many of you are forgetting what it looks like to be, checked out by other women. Like she's walking along with her husband and she's giving you a double take. You guys are forgetting what that feels like. Do not lose that. Okay, it's really important that you guys are taking care of yourselves. Okay, this might be like the mothering energy that's coming in here, just to take care of you guys, right? Like wiping your mouth off with a napkin. Here I am. So take care of yourselves, guys. Make sure that you're showering in the mornings. Don't get up and brush your teeth, wash your face, that's it, and then you go to work and you come home and you're just so tired, maybe you might miss a shower again that day. No, get up and make time and shower in the mornings. It's not about the cleanliness only, but the energy of water is really cleansing. And believe it or not, it can actually cleanse a lot of your emotions and the distresses from the night before, a lot of your worries. So get into the habit of doing that, even if you have to wake up a little bit extra early. Another thing I've been getting for you guys is to exercise, okay? Because some of you might be really heavy into the gym and then you kind of have lost sight of that a little bit. Get back into it, because it'll help you to feel more energized. Many of the masculines too are suffering from fatigue. And like I said, a lot of you guys who are into working out and stuff, it's you don't have the zeal or energy to do it. It's you're caught in this haze, okay? Lay off, the drugs and alcohol. I know many people turn to drugs and alcohol on the journey as a way of coping with even ascension symptoms, the heartbreak, the no sleep, a lot of that stuff. But the more you eat healthy and exercise and take care of your body, even if you are, drinking or having that issue of letting that stuff go, don't do drugs and alcohol and then still run your body down by not getting enough sleep and not eating healthy. And there's no shade here, there's no judgment. But like I said, if you got your habit of drinking, or you doing your smoking or your drugs, whatever the case is, make sure you guys are waking up to taking care of your bodies. And trust me, when you start exercising and eating healthy and stuff like that, naturally, because you're putting energy into self-care, your body feels nurtured and taken care of, and thoughts of wanting to numb or damage yourself actually disappear less and less, and you'll find yourself wanting to drink because you're wanting to just enjoy yourself rather than drink to numb out pain or whatever. So this is what's going to help you guys face your dark emotions and stuff like that, any dark stuff that's happening on the path. Self-care, look good, feel good. When you go out there, you should be looking and feeling good, and remembering that your divine feminine fiercely loves you, and a lot of you are struggling with the illusion of I don't know if a woman like that would ever be truly interested in me. And she has gone through her parts of the journey as well, looking at you in this light, like, oh God, I don't know if I'm good enough for him, kind of thing, right? And both of you are healing from this. Like, you're healing your self-love, your self-worth, the value that you guys feel, what it is you bring to the table. But you can't get that momentum going or putting yourself in a space of thinking about that clearly if you're ignoring the body, right? You want to walk by the mirror in the bathroom and be like, oh shit, don't I look good? You know, that kind of stuff. So, you know, make sure you guys are wearing, you know, good looking shoes. You know, put a watch on. If you guys wear rings, like, you know, even like the dark wristbands and stuff like that, like, take care of your body in that way. It's not a feminine thing to do. And you guys will actually see it'll make you feel a lot better when you're, again, going out and feeling like, you know, sexy, getting checked out by women. Goddamn, like, don't forget what that feels like, masculines, because you too are on a journey of going back to feeling vital, sexy again, charming, like, and, you know, it does take a level of tuning out from obsessing over the feminine, taking care of your body, and just going out and letting yourself just be for a minute, okay? Because many of you are stepping out of the hermit energy, and you see your divine feminine who, you know that she's done a lot of inner work. Otherwise, you wouldn't have even gone into the hermit energy in the first place. Like, you wouldn't have like totally man caved yourself for the last like 6 months, 8 months, whatever the case is, if you didn't feel her genuinely doing like inner work and stuff like that. And that was coming from the fact that you weren't getting messages from her. She wasn't messaging you during like really important special occasions. You felt the energy of her moving forward and letting go. And it wasn't because she didn't love you, it was because she had to love herself. That same energy that she was devoting into you and trying to get you to wake up to what it is you are getting information about now, like the self-care, you know, she had to go through that entire you know, wave of emotions and feelings just like you. So yeah, I feel like these messages are really important at this time for you guys to remember, okay? Because self-care, it's not just a feminine thing. Like, you guys got to take care of your body too. Exercise, like, even if you're a masculine and you're not used to working out or exercising, it's not about like getting fit or getting abs or, you know, gains, bruh. Like, it's literally about moving your body, getting your heart rate going, because many of you are aging too. And if you don't take care of your thoughts, you know, keeping positive thoughts, like thinking good about yourself, being grateful for what you have, you will age. You know what I mean? Like, the most important way to stay young is to have a good mind and a good heart, you know? So just keep that in mind, okay, divine masculines, because a lot of you are like in this space of like worry and fear and stuff like that, and you guys are feeling run down. You feel like, oh, you look in the mirror, you're like, man, I look so old, or look at all this gray hair. You guys got to get back into the place of being like, yo, even though I got this gray hair, I look fly, you know, like you guys can pull it off because you're nurturing yourselves more, taking care of yourselves. So, you know, take some clothes out of your closet, put them on. Like, you know, maybe you're a masculine where you only get dressed up at home if you're going somewhere. It's like, forget that stuff. Like, look good at home too, you know? Yeah, I think we went through like your decluttering and stuff like that. So just take those messages into account, guys. And I'm going to just pull a couple of cards for you based on that channeling. And, you know, hopefully it resonates for you. Okay, let's go with this one. What you control the most causes you pain. Breathe in, breathe out, and let go and of trying to control your life. Okay, so yeah, what you try to control controls you the most. Okay. Try not to obsess and try to stay away from tactics that you're used to when it comes to getting the feminine's attention. And you guys know what it means when I say that, you know, like she'll message you and then you'll totally ignore the message for 24 hours because this is your way of trying to like have the upper hand all the time. You know, believe me, like she's growing and she's growing out of those types of cycles. Like you're not going to attract her that way. Like for her, that's going to be a turn off. And you know, by now on this journey that your divine feminine can see through things. You know, it's like the minute the energy's not right, she's going to go running or pulling away as well. And that is the part that makes you guys kind of go crazy a little bit because you're usually used to swaying women in a way that is very, again, trying to have the upper hand. And that's a very masculine trait. So if you do it, don't beat yourself up, because this journey is, honestly, it's all about like looking at ourselves in relationships and trying to approach it in a way now that is more balanced. And that's why your feminines here are masculines, because no other woman is going to make you wake up and try to address those things about yourself. Other women that you've been with have let those things slide, and it doesn't help you to grow. It just helps you to continue to attract more and more negative relationships and cycles, and you're all of a sudden blaming it on other people when she comes as your mirror and makes you realize, no, like, it's about you. Okay, like the way you are, the way you carry yourself, the way you behave, what values you have, what standards you live by, those are the things that are attracting your circumstances. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get one final message from Spirit for you. Your best outcome for the energy that you're feeling right now, we know off the bat, is self-care, taking time out from obsessing, trusting that she loves you. Like, I'm here as a divine feminine to let you know that many of us, like, read the comment section. We're here holding space and waiting. And I feel like the waiting part is, waiting for you to do that growth or wake up to that self-care, like, routine. You know what I mean? Because that's going to get you guys out of that funk, and you're going to feel sexy and charming again. And like that energy of you're the man, but in a more balanced way, where you're not going to be like a total jerk off or make foolish mistakes that, you're like beating yourselves up about after. Because it's not you, it's just stuff you've been raised with, or again, stuff you've been used to doing, but no other female has bothered to call you out on it, and you like it when she does it, because she is literally like attracting a high caliber version of you. She's a high caliber woman, and naturally, because she's wanting you and you're wanting her, you are transforming into that high caliber man that she wishes to attract. That's why it goes wonky when you guys try to come together and you're not ready or she's not ready. All right, so let's just be free with this message. What wants to come out for the masculines? A noose. Okay, I feel like it goes with the 10 of Swords card that came up with the cute little tomcat. Because, like, just put an end to things, get out of this energy where you're just like, oh my God, like, honestly, I can't deal with this. Face your shadow self and, put an ending to things. Put a swift ending to things as well, because things are coming up on this journey again for you to really transform and be the best version of yourself. And it's going to get uncomfortable, that feeling of loving her intensely and being sexually attracted to her, and now all of a sudden feeling like you need to revamp your entire world is happening for a reason. That growth is going to benefit you. It's not going to harm you. You know that by now. Her intentions are only making you grow, put your foot down with certain people. Like, another thing I get to is like a lot of you masculines are caught up in situations where you have like karmic partners and very controlling feminine energies in your life. Like, like let's say, for example, you're with a karmic and she's like totally besties with your sister and totally cool with your moms. You're having problems trying to get yourself out of things because you have an inability to put yourself first, like put yourself in a position to say, okay, I need to create some clear boundaries here, because there's no way I should be having a relationship with like my girlfriend or my wife and also my mom and my sister as part of that, or like my mom and my aunt, or like whoever female influences you have, in your life. And a lot of masculines now are kind of like waking up to this and going, oh my God, like what the fuck have I been doing? So pay attention to that stuff, okay? Like, draw healthy boundaries, like even if it's with women in your life. Oftentimes, that's healing work that needs to be done in order for you to like break old patterns. Like stand up for yourself, but do it in like not an aggressive way, like you might have done in the past before, and then you had to put your tail between your legs because your anger got the best of you. Do it in like a very clear, concise way, very controlled, have composure, and think about what it is you're saying before you say it, okay? Use feminine energy of like receiving and being still and then acting, because this is what your feminine is bringing to the table to help you with and to help show you. Because like I don't know why this is coming up. Maybe it might resonate for some of you. Totally weird, but it's like this like circle that I got this image of, where it's like a divine masculine has been with like, you know, his karmic partner, and he keeps trying to like part ways or break up, but it's like the mom or like the sister or maybe even like a close best friend of his, like I don't know, but they keep like trying to push the two back together because they feel that that's what's best for the masculines, but really the masculines are like, no, like I want my feminine. But he's been on this like autopilot of like what everybody else thinks is best for him, what everybody else wants for him, and he's finally waking up and being like, fuck that, like I want what's best for me, you know what I mean? And what I want for me, first of all, is for everybody to step down, like back up for a second here. And that's good, masculines, because you guys are waking up to the illusions now, and you're starting to see, like, you know, part of you feeling divinely masculine is, you know, standing up for yourselves, like getting out of the loop of letting other people live your life and play house with your life. You know, like if you're in a situation where, you know, your mom's and your karmic is tight, and each time you try to part from them and they're getting your family members involved to try to merge you guys back together, and then you feel bad about that shit, like, nah, like you got to cut that shit out and start making decisions for yourself, okay? I guess that's what I got out of the news card. Maybe that's why that message came out. All right, because I feel like you're sometimes in this energy here where you are feeling very controlled by other people in your life, and it's all kind of like adding up here with the Ten of Swords, putting you like in this hanged position here. But your feminine's behind you, you know, and tune into the channels, masculines. I see you guys running up the numbers, man, on my analytics there. So welcome to the channel, and please, again, feel free to share in the comments because it's safe. I'm like totally fiercely protective of my community. No one's going to be talking no kind of stupidness or nonsense on my channel, because, you know, my goal is to really help you guys be the best versions of yourself so that you can receive and experience this love in the highest way possible, even if it's like not working out with your twin flame and like the physical and it's causing a lot of pain. I really feel like part of my mission here is to show you like how amazingly beautiful that pain is, like the transformation work behind that pain. Once you're able to like lift the veils or like go behind the curtain, it is beautiful. All right, so we got your backs, masculines. And I know this reading was kind of heavily focused on it, the masculines here, and not really like the connection or the feminines, but I guess that's just the way it played out. Those were the messages I was getting. And I'll do another like romantic love reading next on the channel, because of course there's that side to the connection as well. A lot of that passionate feelings that's coming up. But again, I feel like we needed to get this stuff out of the way in order to move on to the romantic side of things. All right. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. If you want to do a personal reading with me, I'm at wizio.com, twintuitive717. And hit me up on the Patreon too, because I do tend to talk a little bit more about my own personal journey on there. And of course, shout out to my mega crew over on Patreon. I love you guys. But yeah, take care, and I'll catch you guys again.